All right, check it out. You back on the third round knockout late edition. Of course, you know we got DJ Nate Nizzle and our special guest Anthony Cole from the BWF Rep
BCW.
BCW, my fault. BCW Wrestling. Okay,
All
so what's going
right.
on, Ant?
Nothing much, man. Just living the dream.
Living a
So
dream.
yeah, taking it one day at a time with this COVID craziness. Still
Well,
ain't over yet.
yeah, well, we can't get back in the ring until it's
Yes,
over. You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've been
So,
doing. Go ahead, Nate, take it from there.
yeah. So, Anthony, man, how did you get started in the business, man?
Oh man, in the wrestling business is funny because before wrestling I was doing entertainment. I had my own clothing company. I had a bunch of hip hop artists and comics under me. And then two
Hmm.
of my comics, they called me one night and they were like, "Hey, Ant, we doing good on the music side. We just did a play in Atlanta. Let's do something
Hmm.
different. Let's do a wrestling company." I'm like, "Nah, y'all wildin'. I ain't doing no wrestling company." But then, they broke it down to me. They gave me the pitch, and I was like, "You know what? Let's try it, man." And this was back in January 2016. We had that conversation, and then March 9th, 2016, we put on our first
Hmm.
show, and been doing it ever since. You
Okay.
know? You know?
Okay. So, have you had much success in this business?
Oh
Like,
man, over the over the last 4 years, I would say I've had much success, and not just in terms of financial, but you know what? Success comes in all forms, and one of my biggest moments in BCW is when the kids come up to me and they like, "Oh, we had such a great time. It was a great show." And then we've done some phenomenal things on BCW. We've actually done a real live wedding. That
oh
was,
wow.
yeah, November 19th, 2018. We did a show called A Cold Day in Hell, and that was actually the
Hmm.
crowning of my first champion and a wedding. So that was monumental. We made history that day. And then just my latest show, September 4th, we were the first African American owned independent wrestling promotion to put on a show in Atlantic City. So that was
Oh
2 weeks
wow.
ago, Labor Day, actually Labor Day weekend, and that was really really good. So
Okay.
I would say in terms of success, yes, I've had a great level of success in many different forms.
Okay. Okay. Have many of your wrestlers went professional, like WWE?
Yeah, a few of
Um.
them. Anthony Nese, he's in WWE. Leo Rush, he's been a part of the show. And then, we've also had some legends on our show. We've had Billy Gunn, we've had Shelton Benjamin, we've had,
Oh wow.
a few guys have come through the door. Moose from NXT. Just recently, from Impact Wrestling, we had Ace Romero on. So we got a couple of names coming through the doors.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you find it hard to compete though? Because I mean, really, I feel like Vince McMahon, right? Bought out the like Vince McMahon started buying everybody he could buy and started when you put what was the name of the other company, Ted Turner.
Oh, ECW.
ECW.
Yeah, like when
Hmm.
you put that with WWF, he owns all that, and so I think a company. I'm not sure how big your company is, but it's hard to compete because he can kind of like Jay Z anybody he want. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so, do you find it hard to the business side of it, not
Uh,
the
you know
money or
what?
the.
I know WWE is looking at my company, but I don't
Mhm.
think that at this point in time they find us to be a threat on that level. But as
Right.
far as the indie scene, if we're
Hmm.
talking about that,
Right.
oh, I'm not the type of guy to toot my own horn, but in this case, it's just facts. Like after the shows
Hmm.
we've done and the way we've grown, even during the pandemic, I think a lot of the companies out there realize that recombination wrestling is about to be the next thing, and we're about to change the game. We got some things happening that people are not even going to be expecting.
Well, you
So
know what? I'm gonna start watching you because I'm a wrestling fan.
Okay.
I go back to the Road Warriors,
Animal.
Kevin
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Hawk. Yeah. Okay.
You, you know, like I'm an old like you couldn't tell me nothing in wrestling. I had to cover over the TV. So mommy couldn't see the light under the door and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, like
I
sorry,
remember those
mom.
nights myself. Saturday night's main event, trying to stay
Yes,
up.
yes,
hmm Getting
yes,
in trouble
sir.
every weekend. Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Anthony. I didn't mean to take over the interview,
Oh
but
no,
Oh
that's
no,
all
no,
right.
no, 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 no. I want yeah, take the lead.
um, okay, well,
I done been to one of his matches. He don't
oh really?
remember it and they'll hurt
Do, do,
feelings.
do you
You know
come
what I'm saying?
upstate New York a lot?
You know what? We just started going upstate. We went upstate last week to Newburgh, New
Yeah.
York, up there. And then there's a company called Titan Championship Wrestling, and they're upstate as well. You know, we've been having some talks. A couple of my guys actually do that show, so we're looking to do like maybe a joint show. So we'll be up there in upstate New York a lot more.
You got to bring it up to Binghamton, man. You know, I don't get around much, but I'm in Binghamton, New York. In the top New York I live, but Binghamton's the big thing, you know. I'd
Okay,
like to come to one of your matches, you know, see what you can
definitely.
do, take some pictures with your folks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Now, how as far as Binghamton outside of like the city, like Manhattan, Queens? How far is it from out there?
three and a half,
Okay, okay.
like three and a half. We up
Yeah.
here, let me see what's up here. Um, man, I I ain't been out in so long. Like I've been stuck in this one town, but it's a college up here, Binghamton, UE, Binghamton. You know, John Jones actually is from this town. You know,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, the whole Jones family be up in this up the block from me.
Oh,
You
nice.
know,
Okay. Shit.
but
Might
yeah,
need to
I
get
would
you.
love to see you come up here. You know,
Yeah. Well, we starting to
and
make new footprints now, so we that's what we're working on now, getting sponsorships up for a travel budget. If things go right, we should be in Tennessee November 15th. Then we'll be in Mississippi December 20th, and then we
oh
come back
wow,
to New York, and then February, we may be making our debut in Mexico. So you know,
well,
we
that's a
we
travel budget.
yeah, so we got some things going on. So we if we could do some stuff in Binghamton, and it sounds
Right.
profitable. Listen, I'm ready to go. I want to actually cover all 50 states. So let's
Okay.
do it. Yeah, man.
Okay. Are y'all renting one of the old broke down buses and everybody got a
Oh, believe
sit
it.
front?
Oh, like a
You
splitter.
know?
We're gonna get two flats. Yeah, definitely.
You know, I listened to the stories about wrestlers talk about, yeah, man, after we fight, we had to jump in the car together and drive back home. And I'm like, you just bust me in the head with a chair. Like,
Right. And now let's
you
go have a
walking.
chicken sandwich. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you actually wrestle or you just,
Oh no, I don't wrestle. I mean, I look at it and I every once in a while I might get the bug to say, let me jump in there, but nah, that ain't for me
okay.
though. Nah.
He said, ain't for him, bro. I hear you, bro. Because they take some shots, man.
Ooh.
Them guys, a lot
hmm
of people try to make fun of wrestling, but let me tell you something. That's just as brutal as football. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it's more brutal than basketball and baseball.
hmm
You know, tennis. Like, so why not list it? Because when they made him go from WWF to WWE, I was laughing. You know, like
hmm
why y'all make him change his name? And they was like entertainment.
Right.
This is
Entertainment.
entertainment. I was
Yeah.
like, no, these guys go out there 365 days almost
hmm
away from their families on holidays and stuff. You know,
Yeah,
these
trying
guys
to
are
make some
athletes.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to
So,
train. I mean, it's not like you can just get in that ring and
yeah,
just do a whole bunch of stuff. You got to train. You got to train just like a basketball player, football player. You
right.
got to be at the top of your game. You
Yeah,
know.
definitely. So,
hmm
oh man, I don't even. Oh man, I lost that thought. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Um, have you ever had like disgruntled people around you, like people that didn't like the way you was running it? Like, do
All the
you
time.
actually run the? Do you run the day to day with the company
I
or?
do. I run the day
Okay,
to day. I run the booking, I let my guys go out and find potential, workers to be on the roster. But I look at
Right.
everything. I look at all the tapes. I look at all the emails and see who people have been training with. See how long they've been in the business. Because priority number one is to make sure everybody is safe. I don't want somebody coming in telling me they got 6 months worth of experience and they ready to be in the main event. Like, nah, you got,
Hmm.
you know,
You gotta earn that.
so you gotta earn
I
that.
understand.
Yeah.
So, what's your top wrestlers right now that you see in your company? Say like the top three.
My top
I don't
three
mean to
would
put you on
be
the spot, Doc.
no,
Huh?
no, no. My top three would be my three champions. Darius Carter is my world heavyweight champion.
Hmm.
Vanity, she's my female champion, and I just
Hmm.
crowned on September 1st. On September 5th, my first ever tag team champions, Chris Barton
Mm.
and Dominic De Niro. So they would be at the top of my list if I had to pick. Who's the top right now?
Okay. Yeah,
hmm
those are money makers, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
hmm
okay.
Yeah, but my whole
Anthony.
roster is filled with a lot of talent. I mean, everybody from top to bottom is very
Right.
impressive. Especially, I've been using these guys for like the last 3.5, 4 years. So I've seen them develop. I've seen them grow, and a lot of them
Right.
have come a long way since like
Right.
16, 17. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I
how
mean,
many?
yeah.
Wait. So how
Yeah.
many rappers do you? I mean, rap. How many wrestlers do you have on your roster?
My core roster is about 25 people, but we rotate it. I don't use my whole 25 people on each show, but I mix and match it, and then we look at other promotions, see if there's any rising stars on those promotions, and then we'll do
Right.
some cross promotion and bring them in. So on my primary roster is about 25, but like I said, I open my doors to other companies and use some of their talent as well.
Oh, okay.
hmm
I mean,
Yeah, I'm willing to work with everybody. If it makes sense and make dollars, let's do it.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You heard that right, boss man?
hmm
If it make dollars, it makes sense.
Facts.
Or if it makes sense, it makes more dollars.
Yeah, you're
Indeed.
right. You're right. You're right. So, how long do you think you're gonna be in this business? Like, I mean, because sometimes people want to go a different way in the next 5 years or something like that. Like, do you have other ventures that you're in besides the wrestling?
I mean, I have other, my entertainment company. Like I said, it's not just the wrestling. It's like, comedy, hip hop. We actually in talks right now to bring a play down to Atlantic City. They have an amphitheater right down by the Harris Hotel,
Hmm.
and it hasn't been
Yeah.
used in a while. So we would go down there and do a play. But me
Hmm.
personally, I think I'm gonna be the like I said, I'm setting a standard, man. I got some new things that we're gonna be adding to this wrestling show. We're not just gonna do a wrestling show. Like on September 5th, Labor Day, we did a full day event. We started with the
Oh.
wrestling show, and then we had an entertainment portion. We had two
Mhm.
comics come out, and then we had the Lost Boys come out. They came out, did a couple of sets, and then the Lost Boys bought out Petey Crack. So
Oh.
yeah. And then after that, then we had, and you guys touched on it earlier, we had a no ring death match, Casanova
Mhm.
Valentine Fort Kit. And that was beautiful. So we plan on not just doing wrestling shows, but doing a
Mhm.
full day event like WWE style.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So
man, it's
you
gonna
do this. You basically do that at every show that you can, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Make it a full day. And we even did a watch party. That was AEW, I think it was No Holds Barred, no, I forget the name of it now, but it was an AEW watch party as well. So it was four things going on that night, and we did it at a great price. Everybody really had a good time when the event was over. So many people
Right.
came up to us and they were happy. They were very happy. So I think we did a good thing, and we made history. Like I said, the first African American owned independent wrestling company to do an event like that in Atlantic City. So it was
Right.
it
Did
was
you find it
impressive.
hard as being a black company and a wrestling in a business where it's dominantly white? Do you find it like a lot of obstacles or
You know
uh, um?
what? I wouldn't say a lot of obstacles, but there are definitely obstacles. But you know what I find? I find
What's that?
that I find that people do things to
Hmm.
try and get a rise out of me, you know?
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a big black guy. I'm 6'2". I'm 320 pounds. You know, when people
Hmm.
see me, they know physically they can't intimidate me. So they'll try to say
Right.
some slick shit and try to play with my intelligence as if I don't understand. But what I
Right.
do is I remain calm. I handle every situation professionally, just like in Atlantic City. It could have turned into a bad situation. One of my guys was out there doing the entranceway to the ring, and we wanted to use pyros. So one of the guys from Showboat, he came out and he was very irate with my pyro guy, and he's only 16. My pyro guy is 16 years old, and this guy
Mm.
got in his face and even got to the point where he was cursing at him. And I said to myself, now under normal situations, under normal circumstances, I would go over there and give him a piece of my mind, tell him off, talk about his mother,
Right.
his grandmother, his whole family, right?
You like me, bro? I feel that.
Right. If I'm gonna go hard, I'm going hard. Like you never gonna
Yeah.
talk to me again. And
Yeah.
as soon as I try to approach him professionally, the first thing he says to me is, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure you guys never do a show out here again." So I took that
Wow.
as a threat, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Yo, are you threatening me?" I'm like, "You guys got my money in your pocket, and this is how you gonna talk to me?" I'm like, and I was about to get at him, right? And this is
Right.
how good God is. I was about to get at him, and I looked
Right.
to my left, and I see all my wrestlers standing right there. And I said to myself,
Mm.
if I flip on this dude right now, it's not only gonna mess it up for me, but it's gonna mess it up
Every
for
one of
all
them.
my wrestlers and any African American promoter that comes after me. I'm
Right.
messing up for him because I didn't conduct myself professionally, right?
Right.
So what I did is I just walked away and I came
Hmm.
back to the dude and I said, "Listen, man, all we have to do is get through tonight. If you don't want us to use the pyros, let me talk to your boss. If your boss tells me it's a no go, it's a no go. I'm not gonna fight you on it. All I want to do
Right.
is make sure all my guys are safe, make sure all my fans that are gonna come to the show have a great time, and then we do it again on the next event." Right? I stayed
Right.
calm, handled myself professionally. I spoke to his boss. His boss broke it down to me, so now everybody happy. Then at the end of the
Right.
night, this is at midnight. He comes up to me and he goes, "Yo, Ant, I want to apologize to you for the way things kicked off. I didn't know that you were the one handling the insurance. I didn't understand that you had everything taken care of and this and that,
Right.
the other." And I'm saying to myself, see, if I would have cursed you out and talked about your whole family, this conversation would be going a whole different way, right? And that's
Yeah.
the thing that I find a lot of times when people see me, I don't know why, but
Hmm.
they must underestimate my intelligence. But
Right.
when you start to speak to me, I know my insurance. I'm gonna do my due
Right.
diligence. I'm not gonna come to this show unprepared because at the end of the day,
Mm.
I want to make sure everybody's safe, everybody have a
Right.
good time, and when we done with this show, it ain't gonna be no issues afterwards. It's not gonna be no,
Right.
"Oh, you destroyed this or you messed this up." Nah, my insurance is completely gonna take care of
Mhm.
anything that happens, but nothing ever happens. Thank God for that. I knock
Right.
wood that every show has been safe. You know.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm like you. Once if we get into it, you gonna either fight me or walk away.
Right.
Like you like I guess you wait. You man, if he wasn't so big, So
Mhm.
I understand. So um your your company um are
E
y'all
combination.
rated? Like, yeah, is your company like? I'm trying to find out. Like, do you have a rating system for your business and your companies and stuff like that?
You
Like,
know what? There's probably a way to rate it, but I don't know if
hmm?
I'm rated. I'm gonna find out. That's a good question. Let me find that out.
Okay,
Right? That's the first time I ever been asked that. Oh,
okay.
look at my book. I got to do my homework.
Oh man, hey, they always want to put people in that type of situation.
Hmm.
So that's why I asked that because me, I ain't gonna lie. As soon as I figure out, I'm not a technology type guy. As soon as I figure out how to view your show, I'm in there. Like you're gonna see me. You got a show on Monday. You're gonna see Nate in that You can be like, oh, Nate's online, let's watch it and stuff. Because I like wrestling.
Okay.
Right now, WWF has no kind of. They had that storyline for the last 4 years. All they did was change the people.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out WWF. I don't mean to say nothing bad and stuff.
Right. But people are
Especially my
asking
big.
them to change up their content as well. So they're trying to do
Yeah,
some new stuff. I see they're bringing in Keith Lee. They're moving him from NXT up to WWE. So I hope they make a good run with that.
yeah. You used to deal with Keith Lee.
No, I've always wanted to get him on the show, but his schedule was just like it just didn't coincide with the show dates. But I love to have
Oh,
him,
okay.
though. I love to have him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Well, I like to see black businesses. I want to support black businesses.
Oh, facts. I appreciate that.
Let everybody know your handle so they can probably text you and find out or tell you, hey
Oh,
man,
yes,
won't you come to
definitely.
this town? Like I'm telling you, Bington, Endicott, we want you. Like we got a wrestling league up here too.
Okay.
You know,
What's the name of that
so
league?
I want to say AEW, but you said that, so I could be wrong. If you give me a minute, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, just get back.
We'll connect some kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell you because like I said, I'd love to see you come up here. I support black businesses.
Oh, like I said, we traveling now. So listen,
Right.
there's an opportunity, and it works. We'll be there. We'll definitely be there.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know.
they got some. They be having a couple of shows here. I just haven't been.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I was doing other things. But if you come up here, and I know you coming up here, I'm right there with the third
Okay.
round knockout tag on, and
Sounds like a plan to me. Hell yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Anthony,
Yes.
you have something you would like to ask the man? I'm sorry,
Wait, I can't hear you.
voice man.
Um, well, let's see. When are you actually gonna start wrestling back in the city in New York?
We should be back in New York in March.
In March.
So we'll do our Queen of the North show in January. That'll definitely be in New Jersey. That'll either be at Knights of Columbus or at Showboat. And then March we'll be back in New York City. Hopefully by that time I'll actually have like my own space. I don't want to use a school. I don't want to use like somebody else's space. Like I don't know if you guys are familiar with the clubs in New York, but there's a space that used to be called Club Miami. It's a huge loft. It holds about 1,500 people seating, probably about 2,200 standing room only. And I'm looking to get that spot, huh?
In the Bronx?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's like a loft. I could do my own concessions in there, get me a temporary, like a 90-day liquor license. So the times that I have shows, I can actually sell liquor legally without getting in any issue. So that's what I'm working on now. Because when we come back to New York, we got to come back in a big way, man. BCW, we about to change the game. That's all I can say. Man. We we about to change the game. Yeah.
Third round knockout will be in there. We'll bring the lights, cameras, and action with us.
Facts. Shout out to Third Round Knockout. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. No, shout out to BW. I'm sorry.
BCW.
I'm sorry. It's a long day for me. BCW.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to y'all. Wish y'all a lot of success. Black business. Let's get behind them. Show the love that we supposed to show to each other. And
yes.
Y'all number one is my heart right now. Y'all number one for me. I'm not watching them other people no more.
All right.
Know what I'm saying? I'm getting on y'all.
Listen, we welcome you. We welcome you. And if you guys need any footage, you guys need any content for anything, let me know. I'll send you some matches. I'll even send you guys some exclusive stuff that's not up on YouTube just yet. So let me know if you need some content. Yeah.
Yo, hey, listen, man. I'm gonna support you. You send us some content. We're running on hours, off hours, in between.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'll send you some stuff.
Because he may call me the boss man, but he actually runs the shows.
Okay.
So
All
he
right.
runs it. I'm putting you right on the air. He runs the shows.
The
All right.
prisoners run the place, man. The prisoners
I
took over.
listen. I just own the name.
I hear
He
you.
runs the show.
He does the day to day. He does everything else. I
Like,
got you.
He
mhm.
trying to get me in trouble and stuff. Like I don't know. You just call the boss man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what he
but
gonna say, right?
yeah. I'm changing my number. He ain't even gonna have it. Every time I call him, he's gonna be blocked, man.
I hear
Like,
you. Like,
like,
nah, not today.
They say, I got more than one phone.
Uh-oh.
mm-hmm.
Get him.
Every
Okay.
time you like, who done this? But like, Steve, motherfucker, I told you.
See,
Trying
watch
to
that
hide.
cursing, man. If some kids going to watch this, don't be cursing in front of the kids. Wait till it's backstage. So,
Mhm.
where y'all touring at right now?
Oh,
Am
right now, November will be um Nashville, Tennessee. And then
okay, yeah, you did
in
say that.
December, yep, December is gonna be Cheating, Mississippi.
Mm,
January will be either Showboat in Atlantic City or Nights in
mm,
Columbus. And where is it? Where is it? Where's that at? I forget what city that's in, but that's still in New Jersey. And then February will be February 15th, actually. Fingers crossed that everything goes well and all the paperwork looks good. February 15th, we'll be doing the Massacre in Mexico, which is also going to be my Grand Dragon Championship tournament. The next belt that
okay,
I'm going to be releasing is going to be sort of like the Intercontinental Championship, but it's going to
right,
be the Grand Dragon Championship, and we're going to do a whole big spectacle. So,
okay, all
yeah,
right.
so if
Don't,
that goes
don't
well,
give
we'll
up.
be.
Don't spill the tea though. Don't
No,
spill the
no, no,
tea.
no. That's
Just
going
let
to
them know
be.
it's gonna be an exciting night. Come
Oh
on
yeah.
out.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
y'all gonna be in Jersey, man. I might be able to make one of them shows in Jersey. You
Oh
know.
yeah. Come on. That's in February. I mean, that's in January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll be stir crazy again, sitting up here in this house. You
Okay.
know.
Hmm.
But
And and then the anniversary, 5 year anniversary, that is probably going to be in Queens. I would
uh
love
oh,
that. Yeah.
Oh,
uh
well, we in
oh,
there. We in there.
Yeah.
yeah,
That might actually be at York College. I've been talking to them since last year, and then with the with the pandemic happening, you can't really plan to do an indoor show because we only at 25% capacity right now for indoor
right.
dining. Right, that's nowhere near going to be enough to generate any
The
type of
money you
return on my investment. Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, like this is something I don't. You know, I, this is something I don't think we touched. Like through the pandemic, right? Did you find it hard? Like,
oh,
did y'all have time off? Like,
we
stay home?
you ever have like time off that you don't really want? Right, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Like in December, that's when I was supposed to crown my tag team champions, but then we had to postpone that show. And we postponed it to it was supposed to be in March
Mm-hmm.
2020, but then March they
Right.
shut everything down. So I've been trying to crown my champions since December. I literally
Mm-hmm.
just got them crowned 2 weeks ago, and after the crowning of the champions, we had, a bunch of stuff that we was gonna do merchandise wise,
Right.
network wise, stuff like that. So none of that got done. We're actually just trying to get it done now because the champions have finally been crowned.
Mm-hmm.
So the pandemic really, really messed a lot of things up, not just financially,
Yeah.
but even in terms of content. We had just created our production studio where we could go in and do all our filming and do our promo pics and promos and stuff like that. We couldn't even get access to the building when the pandemic hit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it took a toll on us big time.
Yeah. How did your wrestlers have a hard time? Like, you know. Were they calling you like, boss, we need
Oh,
to go back to work?
all the time, all the time. It was good
Yeah,
for some and it was bad for others. It was good for some because a lot of guys that had injuries and some bumps and bruises that they needed to take time off and heal up. It was good for
right.
them because they were able to heal up. But everybody else who just started, climbing, they were like, "Yo, I'm
Yeah,
ready, I'm ready, I'm ready." Like
right.
for my original anniversary, we were bringing this young lady in from Australia. Her name was Shaza McKenzie, and we were really excited about that. The show was supposed to be in March 27th, and like
Wow.
March 17th, they like, nah, no more travel, no more this, no more that. I'm like,
Wow.
no.
Was she's a wrestler?
Shaza McKenzie, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, Australia, that's a long way, buddy.
Yeah.
That's travel money. You
And it was
know,
great because she was doing like a little American tour. She was like in Ohio, then in Iowa, then she would have been in Jersey, and then she had another stop. She was going four different
mhm.
places in like 5 days. So that would have
Oh
been great
wow.
for her. Yeah, but
That's real dedication.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, okay. So you find it hard having a private life with this business?
Said, oh, a private life?
Yeah.
Uh
I'm gonna ask you questions a lot of people ain't gonna ask, man. Like,
sometimes you know what it is because I don't really let too many people in, but what I find that happens, I get a lot of weird like friend requests and people follow me on
mhm.
IG like on my Facebook. When I look at the Facebook, I really have to scan through it because I didn't even know people were doing porno on Facebook. I get a lot of friend requests and it'd be like, "Oh, come look at my nude pics." I'm like, "Nah, I don't want you on. I don't want you on my friends list. Nah, that's suspect."
I got caught like that a couple times too. I had to
Yeah,
remove them, but
right.
don't don't tell nobody. That's between us. Yeah, you're
Right.
right.
So
But yeah, I mean, you fairly young, black man, I figure that, you got your own business. They'd be like, oh,
I mean, yeah, but I keep it all professional. I don't mix the two. But don't get me
right.
wrong though. Some man, shoot, I just gotta stick to my values. I can't mix the two. But Lord
Right,
knows
right.
the temptation be out there though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Excuse me. Do you find it hard, like chilling with? Do you have children?
Mhm. Two
Do
kids,
you
but they
find it
big.
hard spending time?
Huh?
Do you find it hard spending time with them and doing your wrestling thing and
Well,
promotion and?
no, my daughter, she lives with me, so she's always here. We
Oh, okay.
we chill. We got a great relationship. Her and I love my baby girl, and my son.
Right.
He's down south. He works for this I forget what it's called right now, but he does like a lot of detailing on cars and stuff. So they down south now, when he's opening up his business down there, and he's been doing pretty good so far. Just put
Okay.
a down payment on the house, so he's all
Oh
right. No problem.
wow.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
him and his
Young
boys
black
figure
man
it out.
opening young black
Yeah,
businesses. I like that. You
yeah.
know,
Mm.
uh, that do your kids give you a hard time? Like, let's
All
get a
the
little
time,
personal.
all the time, all
No.
the time. They give me a
Oh,
hard time all the time,
oh,
all the
oh,
time.
oh,
My son,
man.
my son, even
That.
though we down south, see, my son is a night owl, and he knows I'm a
Mm,
night owl too. But like certain times, he'll call me, and I'm up, but I'm working. So he'll call me. He'll be like, "Dad, what you doing?" I'm like, "I'm working. What you doing?" He like, "Oh, I'm just chilling. I'm playing a video game." He's like, "Get on a video game." I'm like, "Didn't I just tell you I'm working?" They're like, forget that. Just get on the game. I'm like, "I can't. 'Cause then if I don't make this money and you need something, you're gonna be like, Dad, let me get such and such and such." I'm like, "Well, I don't have it right now, right?" So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Get out of here. I ain't playing no video game." But then sometimes I do play with them though. Grand Theft,
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto 5. That's what we playing. Yeah.
Oh man. My son been waiting to play me in 2K basketball,
Oh no, I don't play
and
my son in none of those. No, I get humiliated.
nah, I think I can beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
yeah. Hey, listen, my nephew ran down the field and back down the field and back down the field on
Oh
Madden
wow.
one year on me.
Yeah,
I was looking at him like, I'm bigger than you, right? Like,
exactly.
so
Yeah,
but that's special, while you're out working, whether
yeah,
you in the house working or you out on the road working, you get a phone call
yeah.
from your kid talking about, hey man, jump on the game, let's play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a way to stay in contact with them.
Exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
So I think I got to buy an Xbox now. Doggone it.
Got to, man. I tell you, and these games, and me and my son, we very competitive. And I remember the first
uh,
time we played Madden, it was like Madden, like 2009, 2010. And he like, I'm
mm.
gonna teach you how to play this. I'm like, all right, I'm all for it. Next thing I know, the score is 49-3. I'm like, so much for you teaching me. He like, you gotta learn the hard way, Dad. I'm like, like,
Hey, my
uh,
nephew them used to get practice on me. Like, yeah, watch this. Oh,
mhm.
you know, them games is very they very complex.
Yeah, they
They hit a
technical.
button a certain way. Like, I'm too old for that.
Yeah,
I had the
no.
game. My first game was the one where the ball go and it.
Right, yes. That's it.
Like, yeah,
That's it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So the rest of your businesses, like the promotion, like y'all have a lot of acts y'all deal with.
We do. I wouldn't say a lot. I'd probably deal with primarily about 6 or 7 different acts, 2 poets, probably about 3 comics. We
Mm,
anywhere between 3 to 5 comics. The comics vary. But yeah, I only have like two poets, and then as far as hip
mm-hmm,
hop artists are concerned, I know a variety of hip hop artists, and I just call them up. Like I just talked to my boy Cito, who I haven't seen in about a year. He just jumped back on the scene, got a new
mm-hmm.
single out. My guy Uni G talked to Loaded Lux the other day, so I
Okay.
got a couple of
Hey,
people. Well,
hey, I ain't trying to do no business on the air, but I'm looking for Lux.
okay,
I want to do an interview with Lux.
okay,
Lux
I'll
is a
pass your
goat.
information. Yeah, he's a
You
goat.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell him I said bring some bars for me too.
All
But
right, and he always bringing
but
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good look. I was trying to get Cortez
Okay.
to come up here, but
Hey,
I had a
just
little
gotta
booking
keep pinging
problem.
them. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Mm,
sometimes people, like you said, be busy and stuff.
yeah.
But so y'all next show is in Alabama, right? You said
No,
uh,
Nashville, Tennessee.
okay, okay. I'm sorry. What are you looking at? Like, how much room do you have? Like, how many people you gonna be able to hold for that show?
Oh, for this show right now, our capacity is 110. And
Wow.
yeah, but if we do it outdoors, they said we could push it to 150. But if we do it outdoors, then you always got to have a contingency in place. What if it rains? What if it's
Yeah.
cold? It's November, so I wouldn't even suggest doing it outdoors. The playing with the weather is going to be very iffy at that time of year.
Right.
So
Okay.
we do
Yeah.
110.
Yeah. I guess this the outside only 150 outside though.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
wow, they really is like cracking down like that, huh?
Oh yeah, no, they taking this serious because all cities are afraid of a second wave of this COVID hitting.
Hmm.
And I got to agree with them. I'm afraid too. I was just
Yeah.
looking at the schools. They like if 2 people are found tested positive for COVID, they shut the whole school down, and one school already been shut down. So it's like,
Yeah.
just imagine if we move too fast with this, we going to just relapse.
We're
So
moving too fast.
I think
I
we're
feel
moving too fast
personally.
already. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this man is trying to sacrifice children. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like uh, you know, send the kids to school, but parents ain't going back to work yet. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Back to work yet.
And if anybody to get them off the bus, it could be the grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So you putting everybody in jeopardy. And I feel bad for businesses like you. I had a friend that opened a bar. I
Oh
mean,
man.
maybe a month. He was just waiting on the food license,
Mm.
and the pandemic hit. And I'm sure he lost a lot of money. As a matter of fact, I need to see him. I want to interview him and ask him about that. But you know, um, I I want to thank you for coming out.
Oh,
Um,
thank you guys for having me, man. This has been great.
Maybe when we get back in the studio, recording live in the studio, maybe we can have you out with a couple of your people. Let
Definitely.
everybody know. Let everybody know how they can get in contact with you.
Oh
And
man.
let them
You can
remind them what
find
the
me
business is.
on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Bree Combination Wrestling. Find me on YouTube, my new YouTube channel, Bree Combination Wrestling as well. And you can
Okay.
find us on Fight TV, IWTV, Nothing Else On .tv. Yeah, we everywhere. Look us up, like us, subscribe us, follow us. You know.
Right.
hmm
Okay. We definitely do that. Um,
Appreciate you.
yes, sir. Appreciate you, Anthony. You want to end that for us?
Of course, we out.
All right.
Enjoy. Had a great interview.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
See y'all next year.
All right.
Y'all be safe.
Next year.
All
I'll be
right,
there
guys.
to you next year. Yes, well, thanks for
I'm
coming
going
out,
back
man.
under hiding.
Yes, me too.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
guys.
All
All right.
Have
all
a good
right.
one.
We out.
You too, man.